Well, hey friends, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to find freedom in both their life and in their business. I own a multi-7-figure-a-year coaching business. I'm also a certified life coach. So I have the honor of helping thousands of women every single month make money in the online space and help them to get unstuck from whatever is holding them back, all without sacrificing their faith or their family. In this show, you're going to get the very best life and business advice, always with a healthy dose of Jesus. So buckle in, my friend. I'm so excited that you are here. Well, hey, my friends, this is Jennifer here, and this is podcast episode number 314, 3 things not to do. You need to make money quick. I know that's a funny title. 3 things not to do. If you need to make money quick, here's 3 things not to do. Listen, I'm in the middle of a workshop right now and trying to teach people, different ways of making money in the online space. I have 8 different revenue streams for my coaching business. And then Jason and I also have my VA agency, Businessist. We have 2 VRBO Airbnbs. And he has his golf apparel company that will be launching after the first of the year called Fairway Finest. You can find them on Instagram. So we believe in making money in a lot of different ways. However, there are some ways that I don't suggest you do if you need to make money fast. Okay. Are you ready for this? Now listen, there are always exceptions to the rule. There will always be people but I know so-and-so who did blah, 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 and they made ching, ching, ching. Okay. So I'm glad they made a lot of money doing that thing, but they're probably like the exception and not the rule. Okie dokie. So I want to give you 3 things that for the majority of the time, I don't suggest you do if you need to make money fast. You ready? Okay. Number 1, don't write a book. Don't write a book and then try to sell said book if you need to make money fast. Okay. Even if you have a huge audience, and I would venture to say with, 600,000, 700,000 followers, I have a decent sized audience. You guys, it takes so many book sales to make a substantial amount of money. All right. Even with a big audience, it takes a lot of book sales. In addition, if you're going to publish your book in a traditional manner, like I did with Fear is Not the Boss of You, with Get Unstuck and Stay Unstuck, it is 12 to 18 months from the time that you sign a contract with a publishing company to the time the book is on the shelf for sales. Okay. 12 to 18 months. So if you need to make money quick, traditional publishing is not the way to do it. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, you know what I'll do then? I will do self-publishing. Well, then you've got to pay for the books up front the majority of the time, unless you can get people to, print on demand. But it's expensive and you don't have any idea what to expect in terms of sales, et cetera, et cetera. So I never suggest that somebody write a book if they're needing to make money in their business quick. I want you to think of a book as more of like a business card. It adds to your credibility. It adds to your social proof. It signifies to people that you are a professional and you're either disciplined enough to write a book, or you are well known enough, or have a skill good enough, or a story engaging enough for a publishing house to sign you. All right. But even if you get signed by a traditional publishing house, like I did, there are contracts. Sometimes, the majority of the time, the contracts are written in such a way that you're paid like in 1, 2, 3, 4 different times you get paid. Words are hard right now. I can't think of the word. What am I trying to say? I don't know. But anyway, installments. There you go. Installments. What a hard word. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, brain. So you get paid in installments. A lot of times it's the time you sign the contract is installment 1. When the manuscript is turned in, installment 2. And when the manuscript is sitting on its bookshelf and has launched online, installment 3. Then a lot of times you have to have so many sales before you get any royalties. So it's just a long process. Okay. If you self-publish, it's a lot of money up front. Do I order 100? Do I order 100,000? And by the way, if you self-publish, the majority of the time you list it for sale on Amazon as well as sell it on your platforms, right? Well, on Amazon, I believe there are over 4 billion books with a B on Amazon. Did you hear that? Over 1 billion books with a B on Amazon right now. So you've got to have really great SEO. You've got to have a very incredible dialed in niche or a very large following in order to get a book on Amazon, seen if you're self-publishing. Okie dokie. So if you need to make money quick, I would not do a book. Second thing I would not do if you need to make money in your business fast is start a podcast. The only way that you get paid for a podcast is by having sponsors of that podcast. Okay, let me walk you through this. The only way you get sponsors is your podcast has got enough downloads so that a sponsor's like, heck yeah, I want to advertise. I want to put a little ad on your podcast. Absolutely, I do. And that they will pay you for that, right? So you either need to have a podcast that's kind of shown up for the long haul. We're hitting 5 years. We're also hitting 5 million downloads. 5 million downloads of the Jennifer Allwood Show. And thank you, by the way. It's all due to you guys. It's all due to you sharing this with your friends and your neighbors and your sister-in-law and your BFF and all the things. So thank you. But it's not really easy to get sponsorships from companies that are like-minded. Now listen, I could be making money for sponsors or with sponsors right now on my podcast if I was willing to partner with companies like that do supplements, for instance. But for me, like if I haven't taken said supplements, that feels out of integrity to me. It just does. It doesn't feel good to be like, hey, take these vitamins. They'll make you feel great if I haven't taken said vitamins and already feel great. So for me, a lot of the sponsorship opportunities that we have had, they're just out of alignment. They're either with products that I would never use, products that I haven't used. They're with companies that I'm out of alignment with. They're things like underwear ads. I'm not going to talk about underwear on my podcast. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. And so if you need to make money quick, I wouldn't start a podcast hoping to monetize it. Now you use a podcast for seed planting. You use a podcast to leverage your listeners to, go sign up for one of your programs or sign up for my Better Way program or what have you. You use a podcast. It's like a business card. Like I have this thing. I've been disciplined in using it for year after year after year. You can see I've got X amount of, people leaving reviews on it. They can see you've got 100 episodes or what have you like that. There's something to be said for all of that. But usually it does not generate income for a hot stinking minute. Okay. So you've got, don't write a book, don't start a podcast. Third thing, if you want to make money in your business really quick, don't do a blog. Don't do a blog. Now, somewhere out there is some girl named Susan who knows a friend named Patricia who started a blog and made $5,000 her first month. Okay. That's very rare, friends. It's very, very, very rare. It's very, very rare. I don't even know if it's possible anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. Blogs used to be back in the day, and I started my blog before Ava was born, and Ava's 15. So I've been blogging approximately 16 years, okay? It was so much easier to get paid on your blog 10 years ago, even 5 years ago than it is now. Because the way you get paid for blogging is you run ads on your blog. So if you still want to go to Jennifer Allwood Home, we have not updated my blog there in quite a while because it's just no longer the focus. It's no longer generating a ton of revenue for us, so we don't give a lot of thought to it. Also, when you don't give a lot of thought to it, then you don't generate a lot of revenue to it, right? So anyway, you have to have a minimum of 10,000 hits on your blog a month in order to put ads on your blog. And then you get paid for how many people click on the ads, okay? So if you don't already have a lot of traffic to a blog, you're not going to hit those 10,000 minimum a month for some ad agencies. Others are 50,000 a month. The one I'm with, I think, is at 50,000 a month or 100,000 a month hits you have to have every month. If you don't already have those, then you're not going to get paid anything for blogging. So you're starting something that there's zero revenue in. Does that make sense? The only way, by the way, that you get okay, so you get paid on a blog because there's ads on the blog and you send people to the blog. So you have to have a social media following. You have to have people following you so that you can send those people to your blog. Like people magically finding your blog, it just doesn't happen. It just literally does not happen. So I hope that helps as well. Okay. So what did we talk about here? We talked about 3 ways that you, three things you don't want to do if you need to make money: a book, a podcast, a blog. Okay. So if you're like, all right, Jen, I hear you. So if I need to make money, I shouldn't write a book. I shouldn't do a podcast. I shouldn't blog. Well, what should I do? Well, listen, inside of my Better Way program, I teach you 8 ways of making money in the online space. 8 ways you can make money. And of course, like blogging is one of those 8 ways. Having a physical product, such as a book, is one of those ways. But I also teach about how you can do courses, how you can get sponsored content that's both live or on your blog, how you can make affiliate income, how you can start a membership group, how you can do consulting and coaching. Those are the things, how you can monetize your reels on Instagram. Why do you think so many people are doing reels on Instagram? Yes, for the algorithm, but 2, they're getting paid. So I teach you all of this in my Better Way program, which is currently open. We are only open until Tuesday night at midnight. You can go to betterwayprogram.com. betterwayprogram.com. The reason it's called Better Way is because there's so many better ways of making money than just hustling your face off, working until your whole family hates your business. There's a lot better ways of making money than the 3 that I gave you today, which, yes, are definite revenue streams that at some point you should entertain, but not initially when you need to make money fast in your business. So go to betterwayprogram.com. Right now, I'll teach you the ways that you can make money that are going to be the best ways for you to start, and I will see you inside. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Friend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. I'm so honored that you come back for every episode and that you share the Jennifer Allwood Show with your friends and family. Every time I see you guys post about it on Instagram or Facebook or something, it just makes me do a little happy. So thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast if you never want to miss an episode. So you can go to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify or any of the other podcasting places and subscribe each week so that every week you get the new episode when it releases. So just know that I love bringing you relevant content. I love bringing you great guests. And one of the ways you can help us here at Team Allwood is by leaving the podcast a review. So if you have just a second to do that, would you go over and leave a review for the Jennifer Allwood Show? Thank you again. You're amazing. I'm honored to be here. Until next week. Bye-bye.